Uh, there are two components. Number one is form number one, which is basically information for several types of, I mean to say, uh, group information about the inventors, such as name of the inventors, address, who is going to be their power of attorney, or it may be who is going to be a patent agent for filing of the patent. So all these things which are mentioned in this form number one. There can be another way, which can be form number two. Form number two is majorly complete specification for filing of the patent. So for complete specification of filing for such patent, this form number two, which can be useful. So what is that form number two? In which we have studied basically a name, what is the title of the patent, who are the inventors, what are their names, followed by that what can be the this name of the institute. So all this we have studied under patent number two. And the more important part, that is certain claims. So what can be the several types of the claims which can be considered under the category of form number two? So the claims are considered as the heart of the patent. We have seen that claims, how we should uh, type the claims, or how we should frame such kinds of claims. So claims can be of generally two types. It can be a dependent claim or it can be an independent claim. Dependent claims are the claims which are dependent upon some other claim. Just like whenever we are writing the claiming some our invention, so we have told that kindly refer to so and so claim number, like this. So that these claims are called as dependent claim. Independent claim is another type of the claim which does not require dependence on any kind of other claim. It is self independent. It does not require definition to other kinds of claim. The third kind of the claim, that is called omnibus claim, in which we have done little amount of work. We are explaining a lot of things under that. For example, if even if we have identified only one compound, but we are claiming that there are compounds which we have synthesized. It's sodium salt, potassium salt, its esters, its prodrugs, or its polymorph, or its crystallized forms are covered under such kind of claim. So already we have synthesized one compound, but we are claiming their salts, prodrugs, esters, polymorph, crystals, etc. So these kinds of the claims are called omnibus claim. And two types, it may be applicable to some structure or it may be applicable to some pictorial images as well, in which we are giving the generalized structure of the molecule and we are claiming that this is the final structure around which we are going to claim our patents. Marcus type of the claim, that is a fourth type of the claim, which is basically useful for claiming of certain structures which are completely, I mean to say, uh, can be covered under this category. So that kind of claim is called as Marcus kind of the claim. If you have performed sometimes a SciFinder search, then SciFinder search may give such some information about this kind of Marcus claim or Marcus structure. And basically this Marcus kind of terminologies, etc., which is useful for this kind of, I mean to say, structural claim. So for those kinds of the claims, this Marcus claim or Marcus structures are utilized. And after that, we have studied so some of the other components, such as patent, how we should go for writing of the patent. It's not like your university examination, it's not like your university question paper, but it can be a kind of, I mean to say, the small lesser you speak, the more you get. So in that way, you need to reframe your this patent, right? Then we have studied several other things under the claims of the patents. And what are the parts of the claim? This is only one claim which is there on your slide, which mentions that a claim can be basically a preamble, which is having some introductory statement, followed by it is having some transitional words which links two sentences. One of your this preamble, and second is body of the claim. So it will try to link the introductory statement with the body of the claim. So these are the two components which can be covered under this types of the claims. All other things we have studied. Now from this slides onwards, we are going to see further how the patent filing is done once we have filed the claim. So first of all, the first thing is that you need to do the research work, which is a completely new, novel, obvious, not reported anywhere. Then you will file the patent. After that filing of the patent, you will go for, I mean to say, after claiming the form, this form number 2, you will go for filing of the patent. So that form number 2 is ready in your hand, which is having a complete specification, some title, who has done the research work, and all other claims, abstract that we have seen in our last lecture. So that we also could get through under this form number 2, right? So after this, once we have submitted form number 2 to our patent agent, then we need to give the notice. So friends, when I was in this institute, Naipur Mohali, so after the submission of these kinds of forms, a patent agent, such as here there is some other gentleman, so he used to take the printouts on such blue forms and used to submit, used to display this sign or endorse form, or endorse a notice for patent application filing on the notice, on the notice board of the institute. Okay, so that is considered as a notice for patent application filing. Okay, and this notice defines that if this so and so authors, and these are the on behalf of this applicant institute, with this title, these people are going to file for the patent, and anyone who is having objection, so those persons should contact this below signed persons immediately if they feel that patent is not, should not be granted. Okay, so that could be one of the reason for such kind of patent. So that can be one of the way to highlight that we are going to file the. Okay, so that can so this will attract other people who are there in the society, that these people are going to file the patent, and anyone who is having objection, they will immediately contact such persons, right? So but this is, I have seen only national institutes, not in our institute LMCP. If in our LMCP, if you want to file the patent, then just we have to submit the form number 2 to our respective patent agent, who will file on behalf of our institute. And as such, this kind of notice is not there by basically in our institute. Basically, they are driven from IPR cell. So in NIPER, such a big top pharma institutions, there was a dedicated IPR cell, and this all these filings which is mediated through IPR cell only. Okay, so this actually I am trailing how, what is the ideal way for filing of the patent. Then after some time, once we have filed the patent, so then we can also file the patent on behalf of, and this is some other form which is for approval to file the patent in application in India. Okay, so there will be the sign of the inventors who have done the investigations, and then this will go for filing of the patent. So once the patent is filed, then they will give some kind of this payment receipt, or we have to pay some amount of fees to government of India when we will file the patent. So for this filing of the patent, you can see here near about 55,000 plus rupees have been submitted on by this person on behalf of the applicant institute to IPR, means intellectual property cell of government of India, to this controller general of patent design and trademarks. Okay, so this fees is basically dependent upon how many number of pages, what are the number of I mean to say, what are the number of claims. So these things are covered when this filing of this fees has to be calculated. So government of India has already such rules that what should be the filing of the what should be the fees for the filing of the patent. So that has to be paid to government of India for filing of the patent. And once we have filed the fees, so they will give certain reference number or application number. So this is the temporary application number, and which also they will give some other transaction status, etc. That how we have paid the fees, whether it is online payment or offline payment, etc. So this is a proof that we have filed the patent once we have paid the fees. Okay. Then after that, so this is basically this is the invoice which is developed by patent and agent. So in that case, there was some other partners, I mean to say some other agency, to file the patent on the behalf of the applicant institute, right? So here they have mentioned how come it can be a big charge. So you can see 57,600 rupees is the official charge, which is for nominal charge rupees 8,000 minimum charge plus some 60 extra seats. So per six extra seats, they will charge about 800 rupees. And if we have excess claims, so in the last lecture I told you that up to 10 claims there is no additional fees. But moment we exceed for additional one claim, let us say 11 claim, then there will be fees of about 1,600 rupees, 1,600 for a single additional claim. Okay, and there will be some other amount of charges they will also take charge to us, such as stationery charges, etc., etc. So printing, photocopy, postage, and expenses. So 2,000 rupees they will charge to us, and other professional charges. So basically, this amount of fees, 57,600 rupees, has to be paid to government of India, and about 65,000 of rupees, a professional charge of rupees, has to be paid to this KNS partners, the patent agents, for filing of the patent, and they have also given some amount of discount, so that it can be also considered for this. So you know that at the end some amount of rupees that is paid to that is nearly 1,20,000, about 1.2 lakh has been there for filing of the patent, right? So I want to say from this that once we have filed the patent, so if we have excess number of pages, we will be charged additionally. If we have excess number of claims, we will be charged accordingly. And they will also charge their professional charges, which will go into the pocket money of this, or on the account of this patent agent who are going to file on behalf of us. Okay, so that's why this is a IPR field is one of the new field where most of the persons, especially postgraduates, people like M.Pharm students or whatsoever, so they you are making their career in IPR field. And IPR field is one of the field where if you are interested, even after pursuing your M.Pharm, and if you are irrespective of your department, whether you belong to chemistry, Shutics, analysis, or QAQC, or even cognosy, so you can join these companies like this. This is one of the KNS property at a intellectual property attorney who are performing the filing of the patent. So आप देख सकते हो कि 65,000 तो उतना खर्चा नहीं है पेटेंट फाइलिंग का, पर उससे उतना ही अमाउंट they are charging for this filing of the patent. Although we cannot directly go and file the patent, because once once we have filed the patent, then after years it will be evaluated by a government agent who is in the government office of this government of India, a patent agent recruited by government of India. So that patent examiner will examine our patent, and he or she will try to give some comments on our already draft of the patent in writing. So we will receive the mail that whatever the patent you have drafted, so these are the comments related to that. Kindly address those queries so that your grant or license of the patent can be considered. Filing is the first, then it comes to examination, and then it comes to licensing or grant. So filing to sabhi ka ho jata hai. Even if you have a small amount of work, you are ready with form number 1 and 2, you can file the patent by doing the payment of some charges. And once you have done this, so then your patent, you will be given some application number. You can refer that application number for further correspondence for a particular patent with Government of India. And that once the patent is licensed or patent is granted, a new number will come. That will be considered as the grant or granted number application of kind of patented number for this granted or licensed patent. Okay, so this I basically want to discuss with you people, that we should focus on such, and we should actively engage in payment of this, because if you have done the research work, right, you have done research work, you have also drafted it with the help of a patent agent, but who is going to pay such a big amount of money? In this case, it was a big patent, so that's why the cost has crossed above 1,10,000 or 18,000. But if your patent is very small, then so it may be at 8,000, 10,000, or 50,000. So who is going to give you some amount of this charge? So Government of Gujarat has taken up with the initiative, and they have established Student Startup and Innovation Policy. So under this SSIP, our institute, LM College of Pharmacy, has been established as one of the nodal institute for Student Startup and Innovation Policy, SSIP. Now this is the cell, this is the policy for the students especially, where students, if they have some new idea, even if your M.Pharm project also can be considered under this, because it is a new idea to execute some research work. So they will scrutinize your proposal, and they may have some questions. So you may be asked some questions during your presentation, and then you may be given some amount of money to pursue the research. जैसे आपके रिसर्च वर्क में मानो कि 1.5 लाख 2 लाख और 50,000 का there is expenditure for your consumables, non-consumables, etc. So SSIP cell, SSIP will provide that amount of money to you. Not only that, but also when you will go for filing of the patent, So that patent filing fees will be given by SSIP to you to file the patent. So आपके दोनों हाथ में लड्डू है. The research work, उसके लिए भी आपको खर्चा होगा. So that will be provided by SSIP. Once you have done the research work, you want to file the patent. So उसके लिए भी खर्चा है, just like this. So that will be also provided by SSIP. So you have both the advantage, your research work and its whatsoever the expenditure, and also a kind of filing of the fees for particular patent. So that will be provided by SSIP, provided that your idea is new to go for consideration or for filing of the patent. Okay, so this is the wonderful, better opportunity for you people. And being an LMCPN, it is a advantage for you people who are the members of LMCP, right? So you should also take the advantage of such initiatives organized by Government of India, supported by Government of India through such schemes, student, startup, innovation and policy. Okay. Now the further information regarding this, you can get it from Professor Praful Bharadia or Dr. Dipen Sureja and his team regarding this SSIP. So I will not cover a lot on this, but just I will try to motivate you people. Just like I can see there are 30 people on who are attending this lecture. So you should take at least one good promise. You should take at least an oath that whatever the work we are going to do, we will be at least filing one single patent. Or if not after completion of our MPharm, but maybe after 2 years or 3 years, this kind of patents or this kind, whatever the research work we will do, that can be filed in the form of at least a single patent. Right? So I have shared one of the news in your WhatsApp group maybe 1 week or 2 weeks before, in which in Gujarat Samachar, in Gujarati newspaper, it was highlighted that why our country, India, is lacking behind some other ways to file the patent. If you want to file some other countries which are far beyond than us, such as China or USA, so they are filing more and more patents. And it's obviously, if they are filing more and more patents, they are getting more and more license or granted patents. So पहले आप फाइल करोगे तभी तो ग्रांट होगी. So first and foremost objective for us, that is filing of the patent. And it's not difficult and it's not impossible as well. Only thing is, if you have done some amount of work which is novel, which is new, and which is having obviousness, means non-obviousness, and third, it is useful to the society, useful to the industry, then you can go for filing of the patent. फिर बाद की बात बाद में सोचो whether it will be granted license or कब, when it will be there. So when you are going for this kinds of initiatives, you should go for filing of the patent as well. Okay. So this is the message my message to all of you to go for the same. Now next comes to the patent search. How to do patent search, what are the various components of this patent search, etc., etc. So that we want to discuss under this objective. What can be the patent search? So patent search, before you want to go for search, or before you know that whatever the work I am doing, so has somebody claimed before me in his or her patent? So for that purpose, patent search is necessary. Because ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आपका जो काम है वो किसी already किसी ने patent ले लिया है. So how to do patent search? जैसे आप literature search करते हो SciFinder से या आप Google Scholar से और Google से भी PubMed से और whatsoever, PubChem, etc. So you are doing a literature search. Dr. Sureja might have already taught you how to do literature search, and what can be several ways to do the literature search. To search for a reference research article, to search for a review article, etc., etc. So I will not touch these things, how to do literature search. But my objective should be that I should at least highlight you people how to do patent search and what is called patent search. Patent search is a kind of process by which a prior patented inventions are examined with the goal to find the information that to match or to search, study the close similarity with a given patent or proposed invention. That somebody has already filed the patent and how that patent is aligned with your patent. So that basically we want to study with this. Maybe that these people have done some amount of work, but your work is not completely co-aligned with them. It is having little dissimilarity. Let us say they have used, for example, benzylamines and you are going to use anilines. They have not claimed aniline, so you can work with aniline. So this can be a kind of patent search. Okay, I have given this example with respect to chemistry point of view. Can be any. It can be, if I say from pharmaceutics, then somebody has developed, let us say, a formulation. But the same formulation we are going to adopt in nanoparticles or nano formulation or using some other excipients to improve the quality of that formulation, etc. So this kind of study is basically called as this similarity, close similarity of to a given patent with our proposed invention or research work. When we are studying these things, we have to do prior art search, and prior art search means what are the searches you are going to do before filing of the patent. Before you file the patent, what are the prior art searches you are going to do? That is called this prior art search. It can be research papers, right? Not only patents, but it can be also research papers, also research publications which are available online in any research journals. Products, devices, and equipments. Already some of the equipments which are sold by Zydus Cadila or some other company. So that we also can be considered. Brochures, public discussions such as conference and seminar. That is also considered conference proceedings or conference brochures, etc. Seminar, webinars. So all this can be considered under this prior art studies. Publications, which we have already discussed in the form of research papers, but it can be also books or catalogs, some journal articles or previously filed patents. This is important with respect to patent search. Already has it been patented? Let us say, even if the patent is not in India, but already is there in South Africa, or already there in, let us say, this USA. So we cannot file because it is already filed in some other country. If I have filed the patent in US and I am going to file the patent in my country, India, then it is fine because I am the owner of that patent. But let us say somebody, I have filed the patent in USA, then Mr. X is going to file the same patent in the country India. So that cannot be allowed. Okay, because it is already there in some other patents of other country as well. So this is the thing which is considered in the patent prior art search. What are the search? Yeah, is the person going to do before filing of the patent? That is called prior art search. Search before the filing of the patent. Okay, then several other informations that why we should do the patent search. So it has been highlighted on the screen that these are the things we should consider when we go for filing of the patent. I mean to say, we need to understand the competition, we need to understand patent infringement. Patent infringement means you have, let us say, 12 claims in your patent. But out of 12, there are 3 claims which is in previously published patent by somebody other inventors or some other applicants. That is called infringement. You are covering the claims which has been previously published by other people in their patent. Okay, so that claim cannot be considered. It is considered as patent infringement or patent co-alignedness, where something is duplicacy or something plagiarism or something similarity is found in the two different patents. So that's why it is suggested you should write your own patent application, can save the cost of patenting process. Because you have seen that if you want to claim access to at least one claim, you have to pay additionally 1600 rupees for the excessive single claim. आपके क्लेम में 30 क्लेम रखो, आपके पेटेंट में 30 क्लेम रखो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, पर याद रखो मोमेंट यू एक्सीड 10 क्लेम्स you have to pay the charge, right? आप अपने क्लेम में आप अपने पेटेंट में 50 क्लेम रखो, but once a patent examiner has found that out of 50, 10 claims are already there in somebody else's work or somebody's in the patent of other people, and those claims you will be asked to delete from your patent before it is licensed or it is granted. तो उस टाइम पे तो पेटेंट एजेंट बोल देते हैं कि यस यू गो एंड go for additional claims, but later on that claim we have to delete on the suggestion of patent examiner. Okay, otherwise if we don't delete those claims, we will not be granted the patent, we will not be licensed the patent, because patent examiner is the supreme authority grant to license the file patents. Okay, so that's why we need to focus on prior art search so that we can save the cost of the patent process as well, right? 10 क्लेम आपके वैलिड है तो 10 क्लेम ही रखो, 10 में से फिर 8 रखना है तो 8 रखो, 5 रखना है तो 5 क्लेम रखो. बट इफ यू एक्सीड, आपको 12 क्लेम करना है तो नॉट एन इश्यू, क्योंकि हमेशा पेटेंट में क्लेम ज्यादा होता है तो ऑलवेज इट इज अ गुड टू फाइल द पेटेंट, तो पेटेंट उतना ही स्ट्रांग होता है. बट रिमेंबर इफ यू आस्क टू डिलीट द एडिशनल और non-judicial claims later on by the patent examiner, आपका पेटेंट का कॉस्ट will also impact you. Although you don't have to worry about the cost of the patent because it will be filed by SSIP, but फिर भी आपको ये समझना चाहिए SSIP का आपको मुफ्त में मिल रहा है तो उसका भी आपको पानी में पैसा नहीं बहने देना चाहिए. Okay? And some other things that you can also have your own idea, learn from someone more about your field, etc., etc. So these are the things which can be considered for filing of the patent. So after that, we can also study something what is called novelty search or the patent search. So these are some of the types of the search which is highlighted on your screen, which mentions novelty search, validity search, infringement search, clearance or state-of-the-art search, patent landscape search. ये जो types of the search, novelty search, basically it is for the, I mean to say, patents or publications. So you can search several publications or patents, know that whether work done is new or not. Validity search, basically it is for the claims of the patents and some publications before the priority dates. So these things which are considered under this. Infringement. So at least you need to give 20 years data. You need to study for these kinds of infringement search. Clearance search. So क्योंकि पेटेंट की वैलिडिटी 20 साल जितनी होती है तो आपको लास्ट 20 साल में जितने भी पेटेंट फाइल हुए हैं, you do not need to worry about the patent which is filed in 1950, because if it is there it might have expired in 1970. Okay, इसलिए आप 2020 में पेटेंट फाइल करना चाहते हो तो आपको 2001 से लेके अभी तक की सारी पेटेंट पढ़नी चाहिए, दैट यू विल गेट द आइडिया। आपको you do not need to worry about the patent which is filed in 2000 in the year 2000 before. Okay, I hope that I am able to make you clear about this. So we need to study the patents which has been filed in last 20 years, in the previous 20 years. Clearance search, claim of the patents and publications, and some other search such as state of the art patent landscape search. So these are the other types of the patent search. Then it comes to fields of the patent document. So already we have studied all these patent documents: application number, date of application, basically application number which will be given by the government of India, and once, or if we are filing in USA, it can be government of United States of America. It can be a date of application, so when we have filed the patent, and date of publication. Date of publication means, for example, on today's 18th September 2020, I am going to file the patent, so that is called date of application. But let us say after 2 years, if the patent is granted, so that is called date of publication, when the patent is published, when the patent is licensed, when the patent is granted. Okay, so that is considered. But although आपका चाहे मानो कि 20 साल के बाद, सॉरी मानो कि 2 साल के बाद आपको पेटेंट मिलता है, but the date of filing or date of application will be considered for the survival of the patent. 18 सितंबर 2020 से आपका कंसिडर किया जाएगा पेटेंट फाइलिंग का। तो आज की तारीख से 20 साल बाद 18 सितंबर 2040 तक, या फिर 17 सितंबर को रात को 12 बजे तक आपका पेटेंट वैलिड रहेगा. So that will be the life of the patent when we are going to file the patent. Title of the invention. So as you know, just like your thesis research title, but what is the title of invention? Before you go for filing this, before you go for filing of the patent, see some other patents, how they have mentioned their titles. Because the title of a patent is completely different from than the title of your thesis. International Patent Classification, IPC code. So for each and every patent, IPC has given a particular class. जैसे कि if it belongs to medicinal chemistry, there is a specific class. If it belongs to robotics, engineering, a specific class. If it belongs to, let us say, some kind of other equipments which are useful in textile industry, then there is different class for the same. All these are considered under this one. Then these are the common things: name and address of inventors and applicants. Priority details. Priority details is basically, let us say on today's date, 18 September, I'm going to file the patent in country India. But on the same time, I also want to file the patent in USA or UK or Canada, etc. So that is considered as priority details, if there is. It is not necessary that I should file the patent only in our country. It may be in other country or some other as well. That can be PCT filing as well. So all these priority filing we should highlight when we are going to file the patent. Abstract, we already discussed. Field, background, object, summary, detailed description, claims, figures, and country, date, as well as legal status. So all these other fields we have discussed in form number 2, which is a complete specification for filing of the patent. What are the database for filing of for patent search? So these are just like your Google Scholar or Google PubChem or PubMed or some Medlines database, etc. These are freely available on internet, so that you can do your literature search, the search for research article, the search for review articles, or some other short mini reviews, or it can be annotations or mini perspective as well. So similarly, These are the several free databases that are useful to do the patent search. You don't have to pay a single rupee to do this. US Patent Office or US Patent, USPTO, through this link, you can access it. Or even if you search on Google, let us say USPTO, you will get this access to this link, and you can search the United States patent. EPO, you can search European patents. WIPO, which is a World Intellectual Property Organizations. WIPO is there. WIPO is offering so many courses for the patents that you can enroll for the same, and they are charging us 0 rupees to you. It's completely free. On certain date, they will have online examination. If you get qualified, they will give you certificate. This WIPO patent examinations. So these for certain modules or for certain courses, it is available free of charge. So WIPO, you can access the patents of WIPO patents database. These are all database which are free. Database का मतलब होता है उनका कितना कितना उन्होंने पेटेंट सर्च कर रखा हुआ है. Indian Patent Office, so they have also their ipindia.nic.in. You can search Indian patents through this link. Okay, and also you can search here some of the granted patents as well as the patents which are published in last 18 months, means last 1.5 years. What are the patents is there? So you can get on Indian Patent Office. Google's patent of search, that is Google patents, just like you have Google search, Google Scholar. Similarly for patent also Google patent, you can get it, and this is for only US patent. You will not get Indian patents on Google patent as well. Free patents online, so there are several other Japanese patents, US patents, European patents, and WIPO patents are there. Indian patent database, another that is big patent database, and some other patent facilitation center, PFC, which is only for Indian patents and their abstract. So abstract we can get, we cannot get the full patent. So these are the tools for patent search, right? And these are the paid databases. So basically आप देखो तो जैसे USPT हो तो उसने US का ही cover किया है. So even if you want to search Indian patent database, this is useless. हो सकता है कि यूरोपियन पेटेंट में आपका ऑलरेडी जो फाइल करने जा रहे हो पेटेंट है या फिर इंडियन में है. सो दिस आर नॉट, these are limited databases since they are free. So and all their domains are limited, such as US, Europe, or Japan or India. So the patent database and literatures are limited. But these are the patent databases which are paid for. Now, Gujarat Technological University, GTU, they have established their IPR cell separately, and they are giving the access to PATSEER. And this can be accessed through this link. So they will give you some, 2 साल पहले तो ऐसा था कि if you write the mail to GTU person for access of PATSEER, this is a paid database which GTU has purchased. So any student who is studying in GTU, so if they write the mail to GTU, so they will give this PATSEER data, some username as well as password, which will remain active at least for 1 week or 2 weeks. And then we can go through PATSEER, paid database on to search for this. We don't have to pay any single rupee, but Gujarat GTU has already purchased this PATSEER. So we can get the access being a student studying under GTU. Okay. If anybody wants the access of PATSEER, I will be also happy to share the email ID with you people, that where we can write the request for access of PATSEER database from GTU. And some other methods for the patent search. So now basically how to do the patent search, what are the various things that we can do the patent search, that we can also study. Now this patent search is much more important for all the MPharm students studying in GTU. There is a reason for that one, patent search. Why it is important? Because in your semester 3, when you will go for this submission of your ITD, either report or presentation, introduction to dissertation. So during your ITD, you will be asked to prepare some this kind of report called as patent search analysis report, also called as PSAR. So this PSR report is compulsory for submission. What is this PSR report? So that we will also discuss in coming lectures. So for your research title, for your research expertise or research field, you will be asked to study 5 patents in your research domain. For example, if you are working on discovery of anti-diabetic formulations, so you will be asked to study at least 5 patents which belongs to anti-diabetic formulations. And there will be multiple questions for that PSR. I can highlight for a couple of time, and this PSR is divided in 4 different parts. There are 40 questions for each patent. So if you take 5 patents, so there will be around 200 questions for these 5 patents. And their parts may be appendix 1. Part 1 to 4 is like this. Student details, patent search techniques used, bibliography data, and technical part of patented invention. So all these things will comprise patent search analysis report called as PSAR. If you want to prepare this patent search analysis report, we need to study this patent search. What is called patent search? How it can be done? So on today's lecture, I have only given how I tried to introduce you people what is the meaning of patent search and how it can be done, through which are the resources it can be done, which are the free, which are the paid database. Okay, so in coming lectures, we will also learn how to do patent search. What should be the strings, or what should be the text combination of the words we should utilize for patent search on using this free databases also. How can we do patent search? So that I shall demonstrate in next lecture to all of you. So with this we will stop here, and in coming lectures we will discuss further on this patent search, how to do patent search, etc., etc. So that we will study in coming lectures as well. So with this, thank you everyone. Thank you.